Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome. Alrighty, so Nox is going to join us a little later. Okay, so we are back here. Things are going down. You guys were coming up with a plan of attack.
So, the general plan is we find him somehow. I'll sneak up invisibly, thanks to our new magical friend, and pickpocket him, hoping that the contract is somewhere on his person. Taking that away, we'll figure out how to destroy it, which will probably be harder than burning it, but not an entire campaign's worth of difficulty. But if that goes wrong, or whatever, we'll probably end up just fighting him. And if that goes right, we'll end up fighting him right after that. That's the general
Sounds
plan.
like a plan to me.
We're currently just kind of out of town.
Yep.
Yeah, we're on the outskirts, I believe.
Right against the
Like on
wall.
So Nox was going to track him, but until he arrives, would I be able to find a scent of... It didn't smell like how Mason used to, but you know, this is a person with a scent leaving the house.
So, you... Okay. So you don't smell the scent of a person, per se. You smell, more than anything, the scent of poison.
Okay, that is very followable. So I'll tell that to my buddy.
poison. Well, that doesn't make... Well, you said related to the Silver Dagger. I'm not as familiar with them. Would they use poisons at all?
I wouldn't put it past him.
Fenrir, just base knowledge, don't even have to roll this. You would know that they do use various poisons. However, they all pretty much involve wolfsbane or mistletoe or things like that. This does not smell like either of those two materials.
There are some plants that are troublesome to my people. They use those often. This isn't either of those. Although they don't the people of that organization don't tend to have many moral quandaries with how they fight.
So, less natural, organic, natural remedies and more like chemicalized, lethalized poisons, you're figuring.
Yes? When I say poison, I would assume the assassin kind.
This could be a possible contract killer.
Either way, it's worth following.
Best lead.
Where do you want to go?
Can I, in general, see, like, guess how old it is? Like, they haven't been here for days, or...
So where you smell it is on the book. And it's pretty fresh. I would say that the last time it was touched by the poison was probably about 2-3 hours before you before you got to the house.
Okay. Let's follow it. Once we get within an hour's range of the poison, I can go the rest of the way invisibly to not be suspicious. I would also prefer being more physically ready in case they see through our deception. If you
Alright.
understand what I mean.
No, I get you, friend. I get you. Uh, just, just give me a signal when you want to disappear.
So you do so, and it becomes less obvious if you need to disappear, as the scent kind of leads you to the square. The square is full of people. Voting is almost concluded, and pretty much the entire town is within this square right now. It is pretty packed with a ton of people.
He's in here somewhere. Let's go. I do want to be invisible, and I do want to be in hybrid form for it. So we'll go to an alleyway and set that up.
Okay, you can easily just duck in an alleyway and quickly do it, and you can come back out.
Alright.
I'm going to go look for him, and I'll pick his pockets the moment I find him.
Alright. Go ahead.
Can I roll for...
Wait. One moment I want to set up because he can't follow me. Because, invisible. I will say, if I attack, we'll make it loud and obvious so that you can join in even from the edge of the crowd.
Okay.
Do you have any other plans based on that?
No, I was actually gonna be more like, I was gonna use perception to see where the target could be, since he's going based off sense.
Well, lucky enough, I was going to have him roll perception anyways. So, both of you roll perception. Fenrir, you're going to roll perception for smelling out the person within the crowd and not losing the scent.
Well, for Mason.
Okay.
21.
Okay, so you have a strong grasp on this scent, Fenrir. Mason, are you going to go on... So, at the crowd level, you can't really see too much. I mean, you can get up a little higher and you can see somewhat, but you can't really see your target. Fenrir, as you...
Definitely
Oh, sorry.
that to Fenrir. I was gonna say, like, Fenrir would probably hear, you kind of like, damn it, can't see shit.
Fenrir, as you go through the crowd, once you get to the fountain, the scent is kind of everywhere around this fountain. Like, it is a big, scent marker for it. You can't smell it going off in any particular direction from this fountain.
Oh, the vibe I get from that description is that the entire fountain is filled with poison.
No. It is filled with water. And it is currently fountaining. I don't know what the word is for a fountain that's, running. But, yeah, there's currently flowing, water.
Is there any obvious targets here?
As you go around, there's no obvious targets for you in terms of, targets to where for people who may attack. There is, a stage set up. There are some guards posted, of, speakers and things for, the election and everything. As they're concluding votes, people are doing, last-minute speeches type thing about if they win and whatnot. It's just the two people now
So there are two people that the scent kind of leads to?
I'm talking about obvious targets.
Yeah, yeah.
So in terms
Like
of
it
like
kinda
obvious
spread out.
targets, there really isn't any. Outside of your realm would be the two people running for mayor, but like in terms of your situation, there really aren't any obvious targets around you.
Um, I'll try and search for what broke the scent, if anything. Like perhaps the object that I was smelling was hidden somewhere, or if they. I'll try and find out exactly why it stopped.
As you go around this fountain, roll me a perception check. This time it's going to be sight based, so I don't think you have your advantage. Right? Because it's only smelling.
I don't really remember. I just rolled better though.
Nice. So you do see that there are, like, in the base of this fountain, there seem to be, like, carved into it, just like, not heavily carved in, just like kind of like surface carvings. Like someone scratched it in a hurry, are several runes going across the, like, the base of this fountain.
Um, would scratching through them be kind of as an attack?
Yes.
Okay. So it seems like whatever knife I was smelling was used to carve this, and then the poison was rubbed off there.
Uh-huh.
And there's how old is that?
How old is it? It is
Yeah,
about
how
an
old is
hour. About an hour.
Okay.
The freshest is about an hour.
So
This
really, they
crowd
could
has
be
been
anywhere.
here realistically like all day.
Okay, I'm only in hybrid form. There's not a ton of people around this fountain, seems.
There's a. I wouldn't say there's a little bit of people. There are a pretty large amount of people, like kind of everywhere.
Would I be all right with a hood up?
Yes,
Okay.
you would be. Most of them are paying attention to the stage. They're not paying attention to the crowd itself. Really, the only people who are paying attention to the crowd are the guards.
With a little grunt of pettiness, I'll put a hood up and like just scratch through a rune just to ruin it.
Go ahead and roll me attack with your claw.
Okay.
Because you're technically in hybrid form, so you got your claws.
Yep. Yeah, I'm clawing it. 22.
22. Okay. So you are able to scratch through this singular rune in time before something activates.
So I become visible now because I
Yes.
attacked. I'll kind of just stand up and wave down my buddies.
Yeah, Mason will definitely feel the connection break as probably be able to see.
Mm-hmm.
And just go over to him, looking around, doesn't see anybody. Like, guess we missed our target.
Not
The
exactly.
poison was rubbed off on these runes when they made them. Broke one just for the anger of it, but since stopped here.
Roll me, the both of you, roll me perception.
At 20.
Nice. Fenrir? This is sight, so it wouldn't be your advantage.
21.
You both get a very sickly feeling in your stomach, and you both look up at the same time to see a blood red, kind of like ward, shielding over as if like a dome over the entirety of the city. And when you look around you, all of the citizens, including the guards and everyone, drop to the floor.
Fear is just gonna take like a crouching battle stance and be like, is this normal for magical cities?
Mason's just gonna firebolt in one hand, rapier in the other, and just like start looking around. Not where I'm from, friend.
The center of the dome being at the fountain as a beam comes down from that center into the fountain. And the runes around the fountain itself, some of them light up. Not one of the ones that you scratched off. Start to line up and start to activate. And as it does, streams of blood come from across the different parts of the city and start to congeal into a floating orb above the fountain itself. As it does, you can see blood start to come out of the people who are now lying on the floor of this square. You see it coming out of their eyes, their noses, their ears. If they have like cuts from like labor and whatnot, it comes out of there. And it just adds to this growing orb of blood.
Was there a dome when Nox did the little thing?
I'm forgetting what... No, he didn't. No, there was not. There was no orb when he did what he did to you.
And so I can't assume that the edge of the circle is the dome. That was my first thought.
And Mason somehow think of what the hell is going on with an Arcana check.
Go ahead, roll me Arcana.
I am going to just say my thought.
19.
Say your thought. Before
Okay,
I
I'll
answer.
say my thought first, and then he can confirm or not confirm. I believe that it's the same spell that he used on poor Malcolm or Marcus.
Marcus.
It's the same spell he used on poor Marcus, just bigger.
This is similar to the spell that Nox performed on Fenrir. However, there are some remarkable differences in the fact that there is no target and there is no active user.
I mean, it's big enough that we don't know there's not an active user. It could be anywhere in the city. Or even a little
And that's what I was able to get from the 19.
Yes.
Okay. I will definitely relay that to Fenrir.
And Nox.
And Nox. Just he hasn't vocally popped in yet.
Yeah, I know. He's here, muted.
This has to be our man. Let's lure him here. I'm gonna start clawing through more runes.
Are you going to carve out of the ones that are glowing or the ones that are not glowing?
I presume the glowing ones. Those are the ones that seem to be doing something.
Go ahead and roll me an attack roll with your claws.
24.
So you are able to scratch and claw at it. Sorry. As your claw strikes the rune, you are hit with a blast of force. Is this the right dice? It is. 4 points of damage, please.
Gasp. Poked me.
It poked you.
Probably would have killed a commoner.
Probably.
Or a zombie.
However,
Remember,
the rune is still intact. At this point, someone steps onto the stage, an unfamiliar face. And he goes, well, well, well. The two I wanted here in the first place. Glad I don't need to hunt for you.
So we originally had a plan of if things went wrong, instant silence.
Mm-hmm. So you're not going to say anything to me?
Oh, no. The spell.
Oh, right.
We had the plan of the moment we thought he was in front of us and knew of our presence, cast silence so he can't get a command word out. Nox was gonna do that.
Yeah.
But I'm
I
sort
don't
of
know
like,
if... Is he here?
Well, I've missed everything up to this point, so...
So let me just break it down into bullet points.
it was
Big ass crowd that they snuck their way into. Fenrir discovered runes etched into the base of the fountain. When he scratched off one of the dummy runes, it activated, and everyone in the city besides you three and the thing that is now standing in front of you as a person, dropped pretty much almost dead, and blood is streaming out of all of their orifices into a congealing ball of blood that is right at the top of the fountain.
Alright, well...
That's basically what's happened since then.
In travelling here, did Nox notice anything that would have been comparable to the Salt Circle?
Yes, so that is what I think you were here for that, but that's what I told Mason, that it is not the exact same spell, but it is very similar to the point where
So
it
if
still
he knows
will
exactly what
gather
it is.
blood and whatnot, but it is not used for the same purpose as the one that you used.
Hmm.
Does he
But
know
I would
exactly where the
imagine
salt
that-
circle is?
I'm sorry, go ahead, Nox.
Yeah. So, basically, if it's... Even though it's obviously different in what it's doing, and the fact that it's affecting multiple people, if everything else seems to follow the same kind of rule set as what he did before, he would just try and disrupt the circle.
Mm-hmm. And Fenrir tried to do that, but the rune is still intact, and it hurt him when he tried. The runes that are
Fenrir is
activated
not-
along the base. That's what he did before. That's why he got 4 points of damage.
Is your damage magical, Fenrir?
It was force damage, I thought. So.
It was force damage
no.
that hit you.
Oh,
Yours was just
did
normal
I
claw.
deal magical damage to it? No.
What, you did or you
know that.
didn't?
No, he
Sorry, I
didn't.
missed that.
No, I just used claws. I have physical object. Um,
Okay.
and then what I was talking about was like, if something went wrong, we had the general plan of silencing the guy we're looking for, because we know that a command word will do something to Fenrir and Mason. And he just showed up and started monologuing.
Well, yeah, okay, so could go with the fact that while he's monologuing, Nox could sort of stand back a little bit and try and cast silence over the general area that he's in, and have us just on the edge of it so that you couldn't hear anything either.
Go ahead and cast that.
So there's like nothing to cast.
Is there any save that I have to perform?
No, it just happens.
Okay. Now, I do have a question. Does it work against telepathy?
No, it's just sound.
So,
But
the
if
voice
if
that
he's
you are
inherently
hearing is not
telepathic,
coming
then-
from his mouth. You still hear him as he is speaking directly into your mind, still not realizing what you've done, just mouthing off all of the words that is being said.
I want to
I'd
establish
imagine
a
spells
general
with
rule.
verbal components still
Yeah.
require actual out loud speech.
Yeah, so he couldn't cast spells. But
He can communicate,
Yes.
but yeah, he
Well,
yeah,
yes.
I don't know.
Yes,
like,
I do. I am aware. I'm just making it to the point where he is still talking to you.
Okay, so
already.
He's not actually speaking.
Powerful thing.
Therefore, he doesn't actually know that you've casted this spell yet.
Hilarious.
So, he's still speaking to you, and he's like, what? Nothing to say? Nothing? No begging for mercy?
Nox just raises an eyebrow.
Like, silence has verbal and somatic components, right?
Yeah, so I couldn't recast it.
Well, like, what I mean is that it was obvious that he casted something.
Well, if I'm stood just behind you two and you'd be blocking the vision, then not necessarily.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, he's mostly looking at both of us.
He's mostly
'Cause we
looking
were
at the
in
two of you because Mason and Fenrir, you guys are the ones who signed the contract.
And I will also say, in general, Fenrir sees a person. It is relatively reasonable that this person who doesn't seem worried is maybe the one causing this. He thinks maybe the person causing this is our enemy. Yell attack. He can continue talking if he wants while I'm swinging away.
He, as you're like rearing up to do it, he kind of looks down for a second and he's like, huh, I didn't know vampires didn't bleed. As he sort of just kicks the body of the one of the, what's that mare's name? Corin Zephyr off the stage, and he's like the only person not bleeding.
This person doesn't sound very knowledgeable.
At this point, because I believe it blocks all sound, he would notice.
Yeah, it blocks everything.
Yeah, so he would
couldn't hear
notice
me
the
yelling, even though
silence
I'm clearly
spell,
yelling.
and he would be like, silence, eh? Well, don't need this meat sack anymore. As you start to see the body begin to grow, and as it does, flesh and meat are just coming off, falling off as it grows bigger and bigger and bigger into a bone demon.
Those look weird. If anyone doesn't know what they look like, they're like giant bone bugs.
I
they're
have
size
the
of
perfect
horses.
picture of one in
Also, interesting choice for something that's drawing blood out of everything to not actually have blood.
They always look bug-like to me.
They
Like,
do.
even-
They do look very bug-like. I have I have an accurate token up for them
Oh yeah.
on the stream right now. So that's another thing. If you want to all log into Roll20, you'll be able
can't do
to
that.
face off. At this point, though, I am gonna have you all roll initiative.
Got you.
That I can do.
uh, do I want to add a D8 to a nat 20? Nah, I'm okay.
I don't think you should.
Did
Yeah.
you see that?
Give me 1 second.
You got a nat 20, well, I got a nat 1.
Give me 1 second, people.
So to still be stuck at work.
Always fun.
Oh, well, I mean, what's the time now? We're going on 14 hours now.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, crap.
Surprised you didn't mute it first.
By accident.
Fun. Over our travels, Nox, have we figured out a fighting style?
How do you mean, like, as in working together?
Yeah, we went through like all of No Man's Land together. I'm sure we've gotten a fight in, at least enough to pre-plan. Hey, I do this, so that helps you.
But I don't think you can account for the new detective
Yeah,
that's
no,
beside me.
I think you're gonna be a wild card, but at least me and Nox should already know what we do in a fight. Like, I would want to trip someone by default on my first turn if I act taking the fight seriously. Is
Well,
that
if
gonna
you've
like
got,
harm you actively?
if you're going to be doing a load of, what's the word? Checks, I can always use large reduce or something like that.
I will
Yeah.
make them do a sizable number of strength saves.
I mean,
Looking at my spell list,
I don't know if I've got enhanced ability.
all of them, nearly all of them
Sword.
have vocal crap. Okay,
Because I have
at
industrial
least
spells and angels.
Yeah, I'll be
God,
making
man,
them
really
do
cool.
a like decent number of strength saves,
Yeah.
but like
Huh?
I don't know. Man, they're like yelling. Actually, he might have us all muted on stream.
maybe. I mean, is this like on Twitch?
Yep. Or wait, no, it's on
Okay.
YouTube now.
Okay. Yeah, no. So I'm not watching it directly. I'm just on Discord and Roll20, so I'm not.
Yeah, same. Okay. So you're fine if I trip them. Is there anything like now that we have a decent guess that he's not primarily a spellcaster, there's little reason to grapple him in a silence.
Yeah. And I should be fine, especially since Rogue over here. So
Yeah, I'm about as tanky as they come.
I am very squishy. I have an AC of 14.
But like it seemed like before you need someone to be standing next to the opponent so that way you can get in and out of melee range.
Oh no, swashbuckler. So I could literally like tap then run away, tap then
Yeah,
run
but you
away.
don't want them to literally come at you at their full speed.
Okay,
I
it's
confused by
been.
doing that.
How long was I gone?
5 minutes.
Okay, because it took that long for me to explain to them how the internet works in this house, because this house is over 400 years old. The coax goes through several rooms, and they're trying to wire the.
I can hear you like the whole time.
Can you? Oh, I muted
Yeah, we
myself. Oh, I muted myself on the stream. I
Okay,
didn't mute myself on Discord.
So only we could hear you the whole time.
Yeah, only you guys. But I had to explain my entire internet routing because I have a separate coax line that used to be connected to a splitter for the main house, but I disconnected it and I'm using that as a hardwire now for my main computer so that I have a hardwired connection. And so explaining that, he didn't get it eventually, but he got it eventually. And so that's all that matters. Anyways, let's start this. Okay.
Alright.
Alrighty. Fenrir, you're first.
Sorry, I don't.
Yeah, I see a map of the world
Something's
itself.
happening.
Oh, are you not? God
Okay.
fucking damn it.
Sorry.
There you go.
A random speaker started playing stuff.
Okay.
It's not even my speaker.
There you go. You have to zoom out just a little bit and you'll find the little square.
Alright, I see it.
Okay.
Okay. And you all should be able to control your character if I did this correctly. Yep, you are able to. Mason's able to.
Why is
I'll
it
be
so
controlling
big?
Nox and his familiar. Alright.
Why is it so giant?
Because that's how big it is.
That is gargantuan size.
It is. Oh, it's just large.
I
I did want to
it's
show it
too.
off though. I did make
Okay,
it.
cool.
I did make it large so that I can show it off.
Okay. I mean, like, it won't make that much of a difference, so if you want to keep it like that, it's alright.
No, no, I'll keep it like this.
Okay, cool.
That'll be large.
Let me... No, I need to do... There we go. Here. Oh, nice. I am already within melee range.
No, I could make it a little smaller. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, I had, like, feet to spare, so yeah, you can make it smaller, as small as
No,
you
I'm
want.
kidding.
I can still get within melee range.
I do though want to make. How big is silence? The radius around it.
20-foot radius? That is me guessing.
Nox, do you know? Because if it's 20, that's 5, that's 10, that's 15, that's 20 there. So that would be that big. And make it just a little bigger. Okay. There we go. That's the silence.
Cool. Yeah, I'm happy to run into the silence.
Okay. Nope, just wanted to put it out there so that way we know where
so now,
it is.
He's clearly not holding anything, like clothes torn away. He just doesn't have anything.
He's got his razor sharp claws, he's got his stinger.
But he's not. Yeah. He's not
Nope.
holding anything.
No, he's not holding anything.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna attack with bite. So he just runs up like a dog and bites with his nearly human self. Well,
I really didn't think you were much like a dog. I guess I beg to differ.
I'll do another bite. Crit.
You know, you
It
should
was a
really stop
feint, guys.
biting
It was
me.
a
I'm
feint.
not. Well, I am made out of bones, but I didn't think you were a dog.
$14 damage. Also, he needs to make a strength saving throw. While taking
10.
an extra 3 damage. This is non-magical piercing.
Hmm? What'd you ask?
He needs to make a strength saving throw.
I did. 10.
Okay, so he fails.
Oh, it went to self. Why'd it go to self?
Okay, so he fails, and he's knocked prone.
Okay.
I'm gonna action surge.
Oh, what was that 3 for?
That was an extra 3 damage.
Okay. Okay.
This. So I'm gonna do some more mauling. Just lots of fighting on whatever I got a hold of. 24 to hit.
That hits.
9 non-magical piercing damage. It looks like this is damaging him, right?
It is somewhat damaging him, but he looks more annoyed than anything. Commenting about how you're a
Oh
dog
wait, I get.
and how you
Okay, this was a
how
crit
you
anyways.
really shouldn't be a dog.
Crit.
Okay.
$17 non-magical piercing.
Is that
And
the
then
end of your
bonus
turn?
action bite.
No.
With the
Bonus
race
action
ability.
bite again. Okay.
Why did it not do advantage? Does a 19 hit?
It does hit.
Oh, actually, I got a crit. Okay, advantage. Because he's prone.
Jesus Christ.
13 non-magical piercing damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so Fenrir basically roared. Luckily, he couldn't hear it through the silence. He ran up and started just attacking with his mouth. A lot of
You're
times.
slobbering all over me. Why? Why do you feel the need to slobber all over me? Nox's turn.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right, bear in mind I can't see what's going. Hang on.
It's not very complicated. There's a devil. Let me measure.
He is. I don't
He
know.
is
Like
35 feet away from you.
Yeah.
And I am between you and it, just slightly to the side, because he's large enough that that can happen.
Mm-hmm.
There's no terrain. There's no.
So what do you want to do? Okay. That's fine. Just type out what you want to do. And I'll roll for you or whatever. So how's everyone's day going? Whilst we wait for Knox to type out what he wants to do.
Far so good.
It's suddenly hurricaning here.
Is it? It's just
It's
raining.
raining real hard.
We had a bit of some like mixture, like snow and rain mix.
It's rained this morning. Other than that, it's nothing too special.
Yeah. It's raining everywhere.
Can you guys hear the thunder from my background?
Nope.
Oh.
Discord doesn't pick up on a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like all the construction that's all around me. Alright. So Nox is going to step back beyond... So you're already beyond the silence spell. He's going to throw his hands forward and cast Blindness on the opponent, which is a DC 15.
Is blindness concentration?
He fails. No. Silence is, but not blindness. So he fails, so he's blind now.
Oh, wow.
Who turned off the lights?
Alright.
Less than a minute, you can retry each round. Okay. Is that it for you? I'm going to assume so. Unless he wants to use a bonus action.
He could summon his fire buddy. Actually, I'm not sure if that's very useful.
Okay. Alrighty. So, it is the Bone Devil's turn. I'm gonna have him do... Actually, he can retry again, because it's his turn,
I think
right?
it's at the end of the turn.
At the end of the turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Normally it's the beginning of every turn.
Well, it's the end because he got one try originally.
Oh, that's true.
So every fail is like an extra turn where he has to deal with the problems.
Alright. He is going
I believe
to
the wording is
do
at
this.
the end of their turn. Let me just double check. Sorry, basically the cleaner's here. She's old and has no idea the fact that I'm got my headphones in and I'm in a call, so she just keeps talking, thinking I'm talking to her.
No.
She's lovely, but she's not tech savvy.
It's very cute.
Where were we? Blindness, deafness.
At the end of the turn.
At the end of each of its turns, the target can make the Constitution saving throw.
Yep, I just read that too.
It only has to succeed once, and the spell's over.
Yeah.
And
So
is
I'm
your,
gonna have
is your
him...
Bone Devil magic resistant?
He is not.
Okay. That's a common thing that I just like to
Yeah.
make sure
So
isn't...
I'm gonna have him do this. He's gonna wildly go around his stinger, to try to hit Fenrir.
Okay, so...
Blind, so it's gonna be disadvantage.
Yeah.
It's still 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Alrighty.
Actually, I got a quick question. And this is because of the
16
whole
damage.
tele-
Go ahead.
So one of the bard's features is cutting words, specifically because I did lore bard. As a reaction, when a creature that is not immune to being charmed, you can see within 60 feet. Makes an attack roll, damage roll. You can expend one bardic inspiration. Drag the number from the creature's roll. It doesn't really.
So you would
It's
just subtract
like
it
one
from the
reaction.
attack roll or the damage roll?
It's gonna do the attack roll. If your AC is decent, which I hope it is.
It's 15. The
But because the whole
That-
silence thing, would that still work, or
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Unless
technically
wait, if it
would.
can hear you,
it's
does it have the qualifier if it can hear you?
no, it just says as a reaction, creature you can see within 60 feet.
Okay, you can see
It's
it
not-
just fine.
Right then, yeah, I'm gonna use a reaction to cutting words and subtract the attack. So that
So-
is a D8. Let's subtract 4.
It's still a 15, which still hits.
Yeah.
Yep.
Meets it, beats it. You needed
Yeah.
a 5.
Yeah,
I
5,
know.
buddy. Anyways,
much
16
damage was that?
damage. And then I
Alright, is it
need you to
16?
roll
What
me
type
a
of damage?
Constitution saving throw, DC
And
14.
what kind of damage?
Piercing.
I'm immune to piercing.
Didn't we decide full beast mode? Yes.
No, because otherwise I would have gone full beast mode because that's the main benefit.
Didn't we make it though resistant
No.
in hybrid?
Like,
I thought we
not
made
that-
it resistant in hybrid.
I mean, then I'd be full beast form. That's the only difference.
I don't
here.
remember what we
Would
decided.
you like me to be in
Anyways,
full
okay.
beast form?
No, we'll just graze past it. I'll have to remember what we did. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw though.
Okay. Two.
You succeed. Okay. He is still blinded, so I guess he'll try to swipe. He'll get up
Okay. Yep.
off the
Have
floor
to
so
do
that he's not prone anymore, and then he'll try to wildly swing at you with his claw.
that. Okay.
Let me disadvantage. So 10, which doesn't hit,
Yeah.
and then
So wait, opportunity attack? At
No.
the roll
No.
for
No.
prone
No. No.
getting
He
up?
just stood up. It's fine.
no, he just stood up. He didn't move out of his
Just made himself not prone anymore.
yeah. And then he's going to try to claw you again. Still at disadvantage. I don't know. That is 16. So that
hits?
hits. And then there's no point rolling that since you're immune to it. Another Constitution saving throw.
Would you like to make the devil's attacks magical?
Oh wait, that's just
The 5e
So-
stat blocks will never tell you if the attacks are magical because it never matters for players.
yeah. Yeah, we'll make them magical.
Cool. I'll take 16 and then whatever that is.
8. And then
Still
that's
not
the end of
looking.
its turn.
So-
Mason, your turn. Oh wait, he
Alright.
still has to do that throw again.
Conte.
Was it
He can
charisma?
still do the Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. Let me just do the Constitution really quickly. 13. It was a 15. He didn't save. Okay, he's still blind. Go ahead, Mason.
Alright. Alright, he is going to get 30 feet up to it.
That's 5 foot.
Hold up. Oh. Okay, well, either way, he's gonna get up to him, rapier in hand, and do a booming blade sneak attack.
Go ahead.
Does a 19 hit?
A 19 does hit.
Right. So, because of so that'd be 5, then just 1d8 because of Booming Blade. And 2d6 because sneak attack. Alright, so for a total of...
I put them in as you were doing them, so
Alright,
I don't
17.
need the total. I assumed they were all damage, so I just added them
Yeah.
all up.
So, bonus action, disengage, or dash and get out.
Okay.
Which one?
Which way?
Either way, I'm getting away from him, so...
But like, if you disengage, he can't. He
Oh,
can't
no,
opportunity
whoa.
attack you. Actually, he can't opportunity attack you.
He
either
can't
way, just
opportunity
dash.
attack anyway. He's blind.
Yeah, he can't see
Oh,
you.
there's also the Swashbuckler's feature. Basically, if I make a melee attack, even if I don't hit, as long as I attack, he can't do an opportunity attack against me.
Okay, so you're dashing.
Dashing out.
There we go.
All right. Fenrir's turning at.
All right. I will go ahead and bite some more.
Go ahead.
Does an 18 hit?
An 18 does not hit.
Wow. Second attack.
I mean, I could get you off you if I ever said that trigger word. Now, what was it again?
24 to hit?
24 hits. Good thing I don't need to use any magic to use it.
So, 12.
Not
non-magical
121.
piercing.
I almost did 121 damage.
And then I'm doing a trip attack, so he needs to make a strength saving throw.
Strength save 14.
Telepathy usually requires you to be able to see the person you're communicating with.
It often does.
Often does, but we'll say that it's more of a radius effect.
It would
That
look
way he
cool
can
with
still
this-
taunt you.
So he's just broadcasting.
He's just broadcasting his thoughts.
Okay.
He's kind of just chilling too. He's kind of just.
Actually, I'll go ahead and bonus action attack.
Mhm.
Oh wait, did he make the strength save?
I don't know what the DC was.
16.
Oh, he failed.
Okay. Yeah, I'll bonus action attack.
Is he prone again?
Yeah, he's prone again.
Okay.
21 to hit.
21 hits.
11 non-magical piercing. And I will back up 5 feet.
That one hurt. Well, I mean, I could say it. Maybe. Nox's turn.
With me one moment. So I take it the ritual's still continuing through all this.
Yes.
I mean,
Uh,
we've only been going for like 12 seconds ish.
Yeah.
but basically, Nox would turn to whatever is resembling the salt circle and attempt to disrupt it.
How?
Primal Savagery.
What does that do?
It makes
It is a
magical
cantrip
claws.
that extends its claws and it does acid damage.
I love the acid damage part. It makes it such a weird flavor.
Okay. Do you have to roll anything for this or no?
It's an attack. It's a melee attack. Melee spell attack.
Well, you have to attack the runes anyways, so go ahead and roll your attack.
Hang on. She's coming back. Got my own nemesis here.
Quick, go to the bathroom.
You should stop talking to yourself.
23
I think you're crazy.
hits. However, the acid works to your detriment as the rune gains a little more power from it.
Okay.
And Fenrir, as the closest, you can you see him like sniff the air, and he's like, someone strengthened my runes. I thank them.
By the way, he does still know what square I'm in. I did not hide, which is what takes to not know what
He's
square I'm in.
blind.
Yeah, but he knows what square I'm in.
I don't understand.
By default, just because you can't see a creature, you still, as long as they attacked, you get to know where they are. Unless they hide. Then you don't get to know where they are.
Okay. Now I understand. Nox, are you going to be doing anything else? I don't think so. I don't know.
Actually, I think I can summon my wildfire spirit as a bonus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Poof.
So I'll do that.
Summoned.
Magic. Love it.
I've had it on the board this whole time, so I didn't know if
then
it was
it's
summoned or
eight.
not, so I just kept it there. It's right next to
Yeah.
you.
So then it will do its flame seed attack, which, much to my friggin' misery, there is no shortcut for
No.
on D&D Beyond's app.
Beyond hates druids.
Yeah.
It really does.
It hates anyone that has to use different stat blocks for different
Right,
things.
so
I would really say it hates druids very specifically.
It does,
Anything
though.
a druid does.
So 15?
No.
A 15
Is it?
does not hit.
Alrighty. Continue on, brave soldiers.
Okay, he kind of stands up again, and he goes, this is getting quite annoying. I think it's time to put your own people against you. Tartarus. When he says those words, Fenrir and Mason, you both lose the will to fight. Nox, as you are closest to Mason, you see him go from a readying stance to lowering his weapons and kind of just standing there.
Do we get like a difficult wisdom save or something?
No, because you signed the contract. Nox can try to break
I'm
it.
sorry, you did what?
Somehow. They both did it.
Wait, you were in on this information.
Yeah, you knew this information. They told you this.
I did not know. Well, I knew that there was a command word, but I didn't know the full story.
Yeah. They signed
We know
a
something
very
about
magical contract.
They were talking like he said that it was like, oh, this is like you saying that the evidence is correct. And apparently the magic involved was just not at all related to the words on the contract.
Nope.
Fenrir didn't even know it was magical. He thought it was a piece of paper.
The
He's
old
like, oh my gosh,
illusory
I'm writing my name
text.
now. This doesn't bind me at all.
The old
So,
illusory script trick on contracts, eh?
gonna kind of move it over as I draw the fountain really quickly off on the other side of the combat field. As both Fenrir and Mason, it's gonna take Fenrir a while, but Mason can move across over to here. Oh, let me get you out of there. And Fenrir moves away.
During his turn.
Yes. Now it's just him and Nox. At this moment. And he kind of chuckles telepathically. And that's just gonna be his turn. And he is no longer blind. So, Nox, it's your turn. Fenrir is pretty much almost right next to you.
So saying it telepathically was enough to trigger the word.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god,
It's a good thing I wrote down what the contract was for. So, Nox, what are you going to do? Nox is typing. No, I can only thing. Who's mentally attacking him? Okay. Okay. What are we gonna do till then? That's a good question. Okay. So we'll take a pause for a minute. Okay. We're gonna take a pause for a minute, and I'm gonna, because Mason and Fenrir, you both have a particular part which I'll let you guys know. So we're gonna just drop out of mic contact for a minute with the rest of the stream. Alrighty. We are back. Back. So, what is Nox gonna do? What is Nox thinking?
Mason's just thinking, yeah, we're fucked.
Right, come out.
Fenrir's got an idea, but he'll wait a moment.
So, Nox, what are you
Okay.
gonna do?
Nox is gonna do what he does best.
Disappear.
Oh, hope he's gone.
Oh my god, that was
that was so perfect.
just leaves.
No, I think it just dropped off the Wi-Fi as I walked away from the town hall.
That was literally
that was
perfect,
fair.
though.
He's gonna do what he does best.
So obviously his party trick, other than putting people to sleep, is raiding people's brains, which was always his demon-given gift. So, seeing both Fenrir and Mason go out for the count, he would just go for a full mental volley at his enemy.
Oh?
No spells or anything, just using his innate ability.
Alright. You
Powered
do
up with
so,
whatever
and
crystal stuff was he absorbed.
so you do so, and you enter into the Bone Devil's mind. As you enter into the mind, this mind is pretty empty. And there is a man standing in front of you. Not a devil or anything. And he looks at you and goes, Now why are you here? Nox,
are the one-
why are you entering my mind?
Well, you know I was always the favorite, so I thought we'd fight on terms that are more beneficial to me.
Very true. However, you are not up to your full strength, if I recall correctly.
Well, you still weren't strong enough to keep me out.
I don't think there's a person alive strong enough to keep you out.
So why does it matter if I'm not up to my full strength?
Because you cannot kill me from within here.
Maybe I don't need to.
And what does that mean? The contract is safe, it is nowhere to be seen, and once Fenrir joins, the two will sacrifice themselves, and the lock will be broken. As
So
Lord
above
Pet Dan
table-
demanded.
Above table, Nox's one thought of coming in here was to disrupt his concentration on whatever he's working on, being both the ritual and the control over the other two.
Mhm.
I think we've established that both don't need concentration.
The blood magic doesn't. I never said anything about the contract.
Yes. We also established it wasn't a spell.
It's not. It's not, but it still deserves concentration in order to make you do what it needs to do.
Alright.
Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to get you to perform it in the way and manner that it needs to be. That would have been an insanely long contract that would have scrolled right onto the floor.
And demons are lazy.
Exactly.
Demons like attacking things. This is not a demon.
It might as well be one at this point.
And he's manipulative, but lazy manipulative. So yeah, Nox is going to try and use that. And also root around in his head to try and find out how this ritual differs from the previous one, in order to figure out how to stop it.
Oh, rooting around in my memories, eh?
Like, he would use that as a cover for the general disruption he's trying to do.
Oh, trying to figure out what this ritual does. Well, I'll let you know. The ritual itself will force open a portal in between the realms, and will open right to where the lock is. From there, your two pawns will sacrifice themselves. Roll me a, whilst he's talking, Nox, roll me a, no, not investigation.
Insight?
Roll me sleight of hand to try to hide what you're doing.
Please hold. I am trying to do this, and I am.
Yeah, no problem.
Just do it for him.
He's just gonna. Oh, I can't do him for him. What am I doing?
No, it's fine. I got it. It's just I was going around a roundabout. You know how we Brits like a roundabout.
You're better. Give us some.
Skills. And you said sleight of hand, yeah?
Sleight of hand, yes.
Damn it, I'm not proficient. Fingers
They
crossed.
will sacrifice themselves, and the lock will be broken. As this lock needs sacrifice of two individuals who are differing in species and alike in power.
Wait, are werewolves actually a different species?
Technically.
But technically they're human.
Technically, they're kind of both.
A little bit, but like, yeah, it's kind of a...
So technically they're just two races in one.
He's trying to break two seals at once.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, he really is after brownie points with the boss.
And you're trying to break my concentration on the contract, aren't you? How pitiful that you couldn't even hide that from my subconscious.
Well, I'm a little pushed for focus here. I am
Don't mind me, just going to shift that somewhere you can't get it.
So Nox would immediately hone in, because he announced the fact he was going to try and move it. Nox would focus hard to notice, because if he's in his mind and he's moving something in his mind, that gives me a great window of opportunity to see it.
He moves it quickly, and he moves it directly into a memory. And as you chase after it, you enter this memory with him, and it is you and him in his mind as he is taunting you, and as you are doing your abilities, trying your best to... This is way before you mastered anything. Way at the beginning. Lord Pet Dan is looking at you with disappointment, and you are completely flustered. And you are trying to earn his courage.
Yo, Fenrir's gonna do something that might distract the guy.
What is Fenrir going to be doing?
He's gonna try and just self-harm and trigger a state where he can't control himself. Full-on transformations type thing.
Ooh.
You... rolled me... a wisdom save. This is going to be really high, though. Just warning. This is going to be really high.
Because he's trying to, like, just cut his thighs or something,
Mm-hmm.
which causes its own chain reaction.
Well, he can't move with your own will. So you wouldn't be able to cut yourself, but you would be able to try to invoke this, which you
Non-nat
do,
20.
and you nearly break. And Nox, you see his subconscious disappear for a moment, and as Fenrir, you are rearing up to do this, you see Nox's shadow like fully engrossed with his, and you see Nox fully concentrating as he does when he goes into somebody's mind, which you've seen only once, and you feel yourself go up, and then you feel your will instantly change down. Nox, whilst he is gone, the focus is right in front of you.
Define the focus is right.
Like his focus on the contract.
Oh, I want to see that.
As you grab a hold of this, it's basically when you grab a hold of it, it turns into like the contract, like the mental, like metaphysical, like representation of what he's focusing on, which is the contract. And he pops back in after returning Fenrir back down, and he goes, "No, you wouldn't."
And why wouldn't I? Nox would be grinning quite maliciously at this point.
He's after you, Nuno. He warned us all. You can come back.
Why would I want to?
Because he will give us power. The one thing you wanted from him.
I think we've already established that, in some degrees at least, I have more power than you.
You don't have the power to destroy the church.
No, but I also am an agent of my own free will.
I
Something
am
I never
as
was
well.
under his power.
I do not use this in vain just for his sake. I use it for my own will and my own wants. Go
How
back
long
to
do you think
him.
that will last once you break that seal?
Times are changing. We will be the ones ruling over all these pitiful people. If you join, you will be one of them.
No doubt I will have to sign some subverted contract as you've invoked here.
No contract, no nothing. Come back to Lord Pentan. He will protect you from what is coming.
As much as I like the idea of having the power to take down the church, I think I'll take you down first.
Then you will die trying.
Nox is still holding the contract, right?
Yes.
So he would, I suppose, given it's in his mind more than anything, it's more for show than actuality.
Mm-hmm.
He would use produce flame so that flames engulf both his hands and start to engulf the contract.
No! And you flash out of the memory, and Fenrir and Mason, you snap out of it as Nox's shadow returns back to him, and he is enraged, and he roars to the point where the silent spell breaks around him.
I love it.
You
Is Fenrir
will
still?
die, Nox.
Is Fenrir mindless?
No, you guys are back to your own mind. However, it is now his turn. As
And I faced
initiative
him
order
off.
stands. And he charges straight for you, Nox.
Who saw that coming?
Also, just want to give a quick
Hey,
heads up.
when he gets
Because
within
of,
5 feet of me. Sorry.
But no, I was saying because of Booming Blade, he's been vibrating. So once he moves, he actually takes a 2d8 extra thunder damage.
Go ahead. He is
was-
fully bloodlust, and he is totally focused on killing Nox right now.
When he gets within range of me, I can use my reaction to do a maneuver brace.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna use
That's
this.
true, because you're right next to me, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh darn, 15 to hit.
It does not hit.
Yeah.
All right. So he is going to claw at you. 27.
I mean, I would say that'll do it.
And that is 10 points of damage.
Rude.
Very rude.
He, do you need me to do it, or can you put it in?
I've just done it.
Oh, okay. It hasn't updated yet. That's why I was asking.
No.
He
'Cause
is
I
going
literally did it
to-
after you said-
Oh, I didn't realize it did that. Oh, that's cute. He is going to claw you again, and that is a nat 20.
So hang on, you'd say I didn't realize it did that. That is cute. That's a nat 20. You're gonna die.
I mean, you're
Okay.
fine. It's what's he gonna do? Like,
That's
another
11
20
damage.
Yeah. Oh no.
Alright.
He did one more damage than last time.
And then he
Yeah,
is
that's
going to sting you.
It adds up.
That is a 14, which misses.
Okay.
And that is going to be his turn. So Mason's turn now. Mason, you're on the other end of the fountain right now.
Alright, let's see. I gotta do a little bit of math on here, distance-wise, so. Okay. So, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, shit. Fuck it. Same as the first. Go up. Shank. So, no sneak attack because of the rules on that one.
Why? We're
Well, I
within
mean,
5
unless we're
feet.
doing. Well, no. So it's kind of weird, at least when it comes to the ruling that I read it as. It's. Oh my God.
You're using like a
Find
rapier,
it.
right?
Isn't it as long as he's focused on another person, you still get sneak
No,
attack?
as long as an ally, actually, as long as an enemy of your enemy is within 5 feet of them, which is.
Well, it's just I've seen DMs do the rule of it has to be the other side.
No, I'm
No,
not. I don't
that's-
do that.
What?
No, we don't tend to do flanking in quite the same way on this.
And
Yeah.
Okay.
Flanking
It's-
is a completely
it basic-
separate rule than sneak attack.
Yeah, this is more like pack tactics.
Alright. Just checking. Alright, so. So technically this would be an advantage? Just.
No.
Oh, okay.
It would not be an advantage, but you do get sneak attack. It's a separate rule than advantage.
Extra damage.
Right.
Sneak attack, you can use it when you have advantage, or when an enemy of your enemy is within 5 feet of them.
18 does not hit. I'm gonna have to mute myself every now and again, at least on the stream end, because I have someone drilling through a wall, and it is very loud.
Okay.
Gotcha. Then, because of the swashbuckler, he's getting in the way.
All right, and because I have to end this at 5 o'clock on our end today, because I have to go run and grab the dogs. That is where we're gonna end it for today's
Are they not that close? I
session.
thought my turn too.
He is not that close to dying. Actually, he's pretty.
Is he beyond halfway?
He is beyond halfway.
Okay.
But it is time for us to end it for tonight. Next time, you guys should finish it off without any difficulty. He's not far from being dead. He is beyond halfway, though. So, yeah, we will see you all next time. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Later, y'all.